Hi, today I'm here to introduce a lesson on self-determination. And this lesson is designed for a middle school student in a learning support classroom. It's going to be approximately 30 minutes in length. And the big ideas here today is after going through the assessment, uh, she will be able to identify her strengths, her weaknesses, and some educational plans that she's looking for in the future. So I'd like to start off with some essential questions for my student here, Vienna. Okay, so what is self-determination? It's the process by which a person controls his or her own life. Why is self-determination important? Well, a person who demonstrates strong self-determination shows greater independence. What is an example of self-determination? An example of self-determination is training for a triathlon without asking for anyone's opinion. Okay. The key concepts here today that I am hopeful that you will obtain is you'll be able to evaluate your own beliefs, you will be able to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and you will know what is important to you. Okay. Some competency skills is you're going to complete the ARC self-determination report. Okay. And the standard we're addressing and utilizing for this lesson is standard 13.1.11D, which falls under the career awareness and preparation category. So I'd like to start off the lesson with a very simple activity. I'd like to share with you my favorite place that I've visited in my lifetime. And then I'm going to be asking you to share a place that you enjoyed in your lifetime. Okay? So one of my favorite places that I have visited is Lancaster. Okay? And I'm just going to show you some photos of of Lancaster. Okay. All right. So, what is a place that you have visited that you really like?
Well, there are two places that I really enjoyed visiting in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So can I say both?
Yeah.
Well, I think the first one that I really like is probably Maine,
Okay.
and then the second one is Kalahari.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing that information with me here today. I'd like to, before we start the lesson, have some key vocabulary, all right, terms that I want to go over. So autonomy, what is autonomy? It's the ability to make an informed decision, okay? Self-regulation, the ability to control one's behavior. Psychological empowerment, the ability to show self-control in relation to one's work. And self-realization is the ability to fulfill one's own potential. Do you have any questions about those key terms? Okay. What I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce to you a short video clip on self-determination, and it's actually showing you a person taking the actual assessment, okay? It's about 2 minutes in length.
Okay.
We asked self-advocates what self-determination means to them. This is what they told us.
Self-determination means that you know what you want and how to get the dreams that you need and the supports, and you are in charge of your life. You're managing your budget, and you're telling people the things that you want to make choices about, and you're directing the things that you want in your life.
Self-determination is about making yourself feel good, making yourself to be able to be heard on issues that are important to you. That is why it is important to have. That is why it is important for people to give us options to choose. options to make our own choices and decisions. That's exactly what self-determination is all about.
It's about being determined to do things on your own. And a core supports is also very important in determination as well on what you're doing and what you're not doing. Trying to learn to be determined for you, not just for others.
Self-determination means to me is determine what I want, how I want, and what I want. Nobody can tell you what to do. If you have a disability, you tell people what you want, how you want, and what you want done.
Do you have any questions, Anna?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you.
What I'd like to do with you at this time is I'd actually like to go through the self-determination scale with you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go over section 1, and I will read the question. And then there are 4 choices here that I also want to review with you. So let's do the first example together. Number 1, I make my own meals or snacks. I do not even if I have the chance. I do sometimes when I have the chance. I do most of the time I have the chance, and I do every time I have the chance. So which one would be the best choice for you?
Is this including like meals, like dinner and like breakfast and lunch, or is it just like snacks and?
Yeah, I'm thinking a question like this deals with definitely snacks. And for you, I know you pack your lunch every morning, and then if you're home, sometimes you'll make your own like mac and cheese,
Like
cookies. So I feel like you do this when you do have the chance. I do this every time I have the chance.
Okay.
And because it's something that you enjoy doing.
Let's check it.
Yes, just put a check mark there. Good. All right, so then it's the same questions again, meaning the same answer choices. So I'm just going to continue to read these, and then you'll select the best answer.
Okay.
I care for my own clothes.
This one.
Okay. I do chores in my home. I keep my own personal items together. I do simple first aid or medical care for myself. I keep good personal care and grooming. Okay, very good. So looking at this and your answer choices, you're showing very strong autonomy, which is great because this is when you become an adult, you'll already have those skills that you'll be able to incorporate in your life on your own. Okay, so this next section is independence. I make friends with others my age. I use the post office.
I don't really know how to answer that because like I can't really drive.
Right.
So and then usually we just get the mail. Like we don't really go to the post office like often. So, but like if I am like coming back or like a parent, then like and we need to stop.
So that would be my.
This one?
Yes, I would choose that one.
Okay.
Okay. I keep my appointments and meetings. So that would appointments and meetings. You know, basketball is considered something that you know
This one.
is a scheduled thing. I deal with sales people at stores and restaurants. So going up, placing an order, being able to order for yourself in a restaurant, those kind of things. Asking questions if you're wondering where a certain item is in the store, those kinds of things. I do free time activities based on my interests. I plan weekend activities that I like to do. I'm involved in community activities. That would be church.
Okay.
Kind
So
of things.
yeah.
My friends and I choose activities that we want to do. I write letters, notes, or talk on the phone to friends and family. I listen to music that I like.
I don't really listen to music,
Okay.
but so which one would I do for that?
I listen to music that I like.
Yeah, I don't really listen to music,
Okay.
but it's like something.
So then would you pick something like this?
Yeah.
Okay. But based on your results and looking at section 1B, you know, interaction with the environment, you're kind of in this area, you know, and moving towards in the future, you know, doing some more of this in this category. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Okay, very good. And this you're very strong in, you know, obviously knowing your beliefs, knowing your interests, knowing your abilities. So this is an area that you're really strong in, you're growing, and doing very well. Okay, so again, this is in the same category of acting on the basis of preferences, beliefs, and interests. I volunteer in things that I'm interested in. I go to a restaurant that I like. And there's times that you will actually request a restaurant. I go to the movies, concerts, and dances. So you definitely go to the movies.
Mhm.
And I know you're going to question dances.
No, so I do this one.
Okay. I go shopping or
Yeah.
spend time.
Yeah.
I take part in community groups. Again, there's the
Church.
example of church. It's something you do on a weekly basis. I do free time activities based on my career interests. Okay. I work on activities that will improve my career chances. I make long-range career plans. I work or have worked to earn money.
Packing lunches.
Right, packing lunches, working at the Birch Beer stand for the Bloomsburg Fair, those are all things that you've done already. So yes. I am in or have been in a career or job classes or training.
The medical camp at Penn State.
That's right. I have looked into job interests by visiting work sites or talking to people in that job.
We had a career fair at school.
Okay, so how did that go?
Pretty well. We got to like talk to different people who like had different careers and kind of like see which ones we liked.
And what career are you looking at pursuing? Have you thought about that?
Something in the medical field, maybe like an optometrist or like a radiologist or something.
Okay. I choose my clothes and the personal items I use every day. And we're again in that same category of the basis of preferences, beliefs, and interests. I choose my own hairstyle. I choose gifts to give to family and friends. I decorate my own room. I choose how to spend my personal money. Okay, so these are two areas you're very strong, you know, and again, in that same areas of beliefs, interests, and abilities, this is something that you're very strong in, Vienna, and you want to continue to grow in that area. Okay, so this section here is looking at your interpersonal, cognitive, and problem-solving skills. So I'm going to read this to you. You have to answer how you would handle this situation, okay? So let's go over it. You are sitting in a planning meeting with your boss. You want to learn to work the computer. Your boss wants you to learn to work a cash register. You can only learn one of them. Okay, what would you do here?
I would try and, I have to write it.
It's okay if you verbalize it, and then we'll write it down. So I would
Okay.
I
would try and learn how to work the cash register, but if I didn't really like the cash register, I'd ask the boss to try and work the computer and see how I like it.
okay. And then the story ends with you learning to work a computer. So go ahead. Here's your next question. You hear a friend talking about a new job opening at the local bookstore. You love books and want a job. You decide you would like to work at the bookstore. What do? Okay, so you would apply for the job. Great. Your friends are acting like they are mad at you. You are upset about this. How do you handle it? Okay, so you ask them if there's anything that's bothering them. Very good. You go to your job one morning and discover you do not have some of the papers you need. You are upset because you need those papers to do your job. How do you handle it? Nope. Ask for copies. Great. Okay, moving on to the next one. I think there's just these here. You are in a committee at work. The committee chair announces that the members will need to elect new officers at the next meeting. You want to be the chairperson of the committee. How do you handle it? You are at a new job and you don't know anyone. You want to have friends. How do you handle it? You're doing a nice job with this, Fee. Yeah, exactly. Start a conversation with somebody. Exactly. Goal setting and task performance. The next 3 questions ask about your plans for the future. Again, there are no right or wrong answers. For each question, tell if you've made plans for the outcomes, and if so, what those plans are and how to meet them. Where do you want to live in 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Do I always write it?
So I want to live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. List 4 things you should do to meet this goal. Very good. Awesome. Okay, so Vienna wants to live in Boston, and the 4 things that she will do to meet her goal is graduate from high school. She'd like to attend college, but also by attending college, she wants to get good grades, and from there, she's going to get a job. So nice work. Where do you want to work in 5 years? So I want to. Okay, you want to work in a hospital, and how are you going to meet that goal? And what is this? I'll help the sick. Okay. Got it. Okay, so your goals are you'd like to work in a hospital, and to meet this goal, you're going to go through the same process pretty much that you did up here. Very good. All right. So what type of transportation do you plan to use in 5 years? So when you're in Boston, what kind of transportation are you using? Okay. And how are you gonna meet this goal of driving a car? Mhm. Yep. Mhm. Good. So you have a plan of how you are going to learn how to drive, and how you're going to get a car. Very good. Okay, section 3 is the psychological empowerment section that I talked to you about, that definition earlier. Check the answer that best describes you. Choose only one answer for each question. So I usually do what my friends want, or I tell my friends if they are doing something I don't want to do. Okay. I tell others when I have new or different ideas or opinions, or I usually agree with other people's opinions or ideas. I usually agree with people when they tell me I can't do something, or I tell people when I think I can do something that they tell me I can't. I tell people when they hurt my feelings, or I'm afraid to tell people when they've hurt my feelings. I can make my own decisions, or other people make decisions for me. Trying hard at work doesn't do me much good, or trying hard at work will help me to get a good job. I can get what I want by working hard. I need good luck to get what I want. It is no use to keep trying, because that won't change things, or I keep trying even after I get something wrong. I have the ability to do the job I want. I cannot do what it takes to do the job I want. I don't know how to make friends, or I know how to make friends. I am able to work with others. I can't work well with others. I do not make good choices, or I can make good choices. If I have the ability, I will be able to get the job I want. I probably will not get the job I want, even after I have the ability. I will have a hard time making new friends. I will be able to make new friends in new situations. I will be able to work with others if I need to. I will not be able to work with others if I need to. My choices will not be honored. I will be able to make choices that are important to me. Okay, very good. So you're very strong in a lot of these areas, V. And looking at this here, this is something that you and I will work on. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. Section 4, self-realization. I do not feel ashamed of any of my new emotions. Agree or disagree?
You wanna just check it?
Yeah. I feel free to be angry at people I care for. I can show my feelings even when people might see me. I can like people even if I don't agree with them. I am afraid of doing things wrong. It is better to be yourself than to be popular. I am loved because I give love. I know what I do best. I don't accept my own limitations. I feel I can't do many things. I like myself. I am not an important person. I know how to make up for my limitations. Other people like me. I am confident in my abilities. Okay, so that concludes the ARC's self-determination scale. What I'd like to ask you today, what did you learn today, Vienna, from this experience?
I learned about some more vocabulary.
Okay, so you learned about some new vocabulary that you didn't know before?
Yep.
Fantastic. Anything else you learned?
I learned about like myself.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review the ARC self-determination scale, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to review it with Vienna. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you watching.